For all of 2025, we've been hearing that AI is going to take our jobs.
About AI and what it can do. So we're watching that very carefully.
AI, of course, is changing the way that HR leaders think about their workers.
AI is going to take over millions of jobs in the coming future here.
It already is, yeah.
And I'm confident there is a ton of truth to this. But just how bad is it? And if these fears do come true, it's critical for us to understand which jobs are at risk and what we can be doing today to ultimately come out on top. But before we go deep into AI and the job market, this is a brand new YouTube channel. And if you're one of my first 100 subscribers, I'll love you forever for it. Now, there's a ton of valuable information in this video, so get ready to lock in, enjoy this content, and let's get into it. So let's first talk about the job market. And there's a lot of fear around AI taking people's jobs, and we should look at where the job market currently is today. So we're sitting at an unemployment rate of 4.3%, which in historical terms is in a healthy range, but we've been trending the wrong direction with some other key indicators. Like if we look at non-farm payroll or just net new job numbers, it's been trending down for the last couple years. In addition to that, if we look at the supply of jobs versus the demand of people who want those jobs, the job market's been tightening, meaning that every single person who wants a job has been fighting for less jobs. And that's a bad sign. It means that companies are not hiring at the same rate they have in the recent past, and it's trending the wrong direction. So the job market is already fragile. And the question then becomes, if AI is coming for our jobs, which jobs specifically are at risk? And I think the best way to do this is to reverse engineer AI and see what it's good at, what it's not good at, and then apply this to the job market to see where it could actually add enough value to replace people's jobs. There are three general categories that AI is really good at and getting better at. The first strength is solving repetitive digital tasks. So think filling out forms, pulling data, putting together reports, anything that follows a consistent, repeatable pattern. The second is learning from patterns and adapting. So AI doesn't just use if this, then that prompting. It actually uses machine learning and natural language models to learn from data and improve. In other words, it can look at raw data and draw its own observations, like a data analyst or research assistant. And the last strength here is acting across systems. Some AI agents can already surf the web, schedule appointments, even book flights. Think sales coordinator, administrative assistant. It can quarterback information between departments at a high level. So basically, if a job involves moving data around, following consistent, repeatable steps, or responding to the same kinds of inputs, AI is already really good at this. Now, on the flip side of this, let's take a look at AI's weaknesses, things that it's not good at and might never be. First on the list is understanding and communicating with human feelings and empathy. AI just can't communicate and understand people's feelings like people can, and this is going to be a big theme in our next section as we go a layer deeper. The second weakness is moral judgment, ethics, and value-driven decision-making. AI runs on rules and patterns, and it just can't interpret fairness, culture, ethics like humans can. And the last weakness here, and this is a big one, is solving problems out of context. If a situation has no template and is really situational, AI just can't cut it like humans can. So at a high level, AI is really good at task-driven work, and it's weak in areas that require people skills and advanced situational awareness. So now that we know what AI is good at a very high level, let's go a level deeper and look at some of the skills it excels at and other skills it's really weak in. And the first strength, no surprise here, is perfectly following instructions. AI is incredible at doing exactly what you tell it to do with no complaints and little confusion as long as you prompt it right. The next strength here is spotting patterns. AI is really good at spotting patterns in data. It can see trends that we may have never noticed, like fraud detection or finding anomalies in medical scans. It can also write basic drafts extremely fast. You've probably already seen this. AI can draft up an email, a social media blog post. It can summarize information at warp speed, and it's not always perfect, but it gets you to version 1 instantly. Next up is organizing information. Whether it's sorting files, categorizing information, or summarizing meeting notes, AI can do this instantly. It's basically incredible at take information from here and put it there. And the last strength here is fast math and logic. Anything that involves calculations, rules, logical steps, AI is going to dominate this. Now let's talk about things that AI is just not good at and that humans can be really good at. AI weakness number one is crafting meaningful relationships. AI can attempt to simulate empathy, emotions, try to build trust with you, but it just can't do that like a human can at the end of the day. And if you ask me, it probably won't be capable of this, at least at a large scale, in our lifetimes. Next is providing an excellent level of customer service. Yes, AI can handle basic support tickets, but great customer service is rooted in emotion and connection on a human level. The next weakness is reading people. Humans can feel and connect with people's emotions like no other creatures on Earth. And AI, no matter how good it gets, it will never be able to read someone's stress levels, the tensions they're under, their body language like people can. Next is judgment calls in real world situations. Humans are great in messy, unpredictable environments, and if there's no template for that environment, AI just doesn't know what to do. And the final weakness here, the big one, is understanding context like humans do. AI won't understand culture, sarcasm, nuances, even lived experience. It can try to mimic those things as best it can, but it really never has the full picture and the full context. So when we look at this skill chart from a high level and really zoom out, the pattern becomes obvious. AI is amazing at tasks, at things that are predictable, follow a pattern when you prompt it right. But humans dominate things that are emotional, unpredictable, rooted in lived experience. We're good at reading people, building trust, navigating chaos, and those skills are becoming more and more valuable. So with all this information about what AI is good at, what it's not good at, let's apply that to the job market and see where it could actually add enough value to replace a job. I've broken this section down into 3 categories: jobs that are high risk, moderate risk, and low risk. We'll start by looking at the high risk jobs. And what you'll notice as we go is that these jobs are highly task oriented and they live in the AI strength zone. The first job on the list is a data entry clerk. The whole job is moving information from A to B, checking for mistakes, doing repeatable processes. This is easily automatable by AI. Next is a back office payroll processor. Again, highly task oriented. AI could do this without even blinking. Next, we have bookkeeping. At the junior level, bookkeeping is mostly categorizing expenses and reconciling transactions, things that AI can automate today. I also listed basic assembly line work, compliance form review, and data labeler on there as well. I don't need to go through them all, but these jobs are generally entry level and they lean into AI's skill sets. And next up, we have our moderate risk category. And this is where things get interesting because while these jobs are at risk, people who are at the top of their field will not only be okay, but they'll probably be thriving. The first is a receptionist, and I put in there at a nice hotel because most budget-friendly hotels, they'll probably have AI checking you in, but if you go to a high-end hotel, there's gonna be demand, or something I call a human premium, for having someone at the front desk check you in and just give you a great overall human experience. There's always gonna be demand to hire someone who remembers guests, gives people an experience they can remember, and sets the tone. They're gonna do really well. Up next is an account or relationship manager. While AI can enhance this job by summarizing meetings, drafting emails, it will never be able to understand a client's pain points and connect with their emotions like a person can. People do business with people they like, not robots. Next, we have real estate agents. AI can show you comps, suggest prices, even schedule appointments for you, but at the end of the day, buying real estate is emotional, and there's gonna be demand for people who can negotiate on your behalf and help you control your anxiety through the whole process. I also listed retail service rep at a high-end store and financial advisor in here, and it's really the same story. If you're at the top of your field in any of these categories, you're gonna survive and thrive. And if you're not, if you don't have the people skills, you could be automated away. And lastly is our low risk field. So if you're a person who has a job in one of these categories, you could take a sigh of relief. These are the roles that AI just can't touch right now because They're just too human. They require too much complexity, too much people skills, can't be automated by AI, at least right now. First up on the list is people who work in skilled trades. Think plumbers, electricians, mechanics. These jobs require hands-on work in unpredictable environments. You could imagine an electrician trying to rewire a 100-year-old house. There's a lot of context needed and AI just won't cut it. Next up is doctors and nurses. And sure, AI can automate certain tasks within this field. At the core of healthcare is reading people, making judgment calls, life or death decisions, and calming anxieties. I don't know about you, but I don't want an AI doctor coming in if I have a life or death situation. I also have therapists, teachers, sales, and entrepreneurs on here, but I want to talk about politicians. I think politics is probably the best example of a field that leans into human emotion. Successful politicians are excellent at controlling narratives and controlling how you feel. I think it's probably highly unlikely that we'll have a AI president someday. That would be insane. The common theme here around these low-risk jobs is they rely heavily on the things AI is bad at. I'm gonna leave you guys with 3 things I'd recommend doing today to shield yourself from AI potentially taking our jobs. But before that, the big picture here is that AI is not replacing people, it's replacing tasks. And jobs that are built purely on tasks are at serious risk. And the jobs that are built on empathy, creativity, problem solving, and complexity, well, they're not going anywhere. I know it all sounds very scary, but I want to leave you guys with 3 things that you can do today to continue to develop your skills as AI enters the workforce. The first is to be adaptable. AI is going to change the world fast, and many of the tasks that we thought we were good at are no longer going to be relevant. Maybe use different AI tools to test different ideas, find a way to innovate within your team, show that you're a leader, and show your people skills. Don't be someone who just executes tasks and goes home. Think outside the box. My next tip is to be likable. And I know what you're thinking, that's so broad, but at the end of the day, I imagine a world where AI has fully innovated into every task that we have, and everything's done, and all we have at the end of the day is people, right? And people are always gonna wanna hang out with, do business, and hire people that they like. People skills, people who are likable, are gonna be in high demand. Lastly is, if you can't beat the AI, learn how to use it. This is the most disruptive and innovative technology that we will see in our lifetimes, and I know so many people who have not a clue of how to prompt it, how to use it in their personal life or business. Learn how to use the AI, and I guarantee you that will put you ahead.